Non-attachment is not about rejecting life or avoiding emotions. It is about understanding that everything in this world is temporary. Our thoughts, feelings, relationships, and even our bodies are constantly changing, yet we often cling to things as if they will last forever. This attachment creates suffering. Think about a time when you lost something important, a beloved object, a job, or even a relationship. The pain did not come just from the loss itself, but from the expectation that it should have lasted longer. When we attach ourselves too strongly to something, we suffer when it changes or disappears. Non-attachment does not mean we stop caring. It means we learn to appreciate things as they are, without the fear of losing them. Imagine holding a flower in your hand. You can enjoy its beauty and fragrance, knowing that it will soon wither. If you try to keep it forever, you will only experience disappointment. But if you accept its nature, you can appreciate it fully in the present moment. In daily life, attachment appears in many forms. We attach ourselves to success, believing that our worth depends on achievement. We attach ourselves to opinions, refusing to listen to different perspectives. We even attach ourselves to certain emotions, such as happiness, and try to push away sadness. But life is not meant to be controlled. The more we try to hold on, the more we struggle. A person who practices non-attachment moves through life with a sense of peace. They understand that joy and sorrow, gain and loss, come and go, like the waves of the ocean. They do not resist change but flow with it. This does not mean they are passive. It means they are free from unnecessary suffering. Ask yourself, what are you holding on to too tightly? Is it a past regret, a future hope, or a belief about yourself? Recognizing our attachments is the first step to letting go. Non-attachment is not something we master in a day. It is a practice, a way of seeing life with clarity and wisdom. When we embrace non-attachment, we do not lose anything. Instead, we gain a deeper understanding of life. We become lighter, more at ease. We learn to engage with the world fully, without being trapped by it. This is the beginning of true freedom. Practicing non-attachment does not mean we must abandon everything. It means we learn how to live without being controlled by our desires and fears. In daily life, this practice begins with awareness, seeing where we hold on too tightly and learning how to loosen our grip. One way to cultivate non-attachment is to observe our thoughts and emotions without becoming trapped by them. Often, when we feel anger, sadness, or excitement, we identify with these emotions. We say, I am angry, or I am sad. But emotions are like clouds in the sky, they come and go. Instead of saying, I am angry, we can observe, anger is present. This simple shift creates space between us and our emotions, allowing us to respond with wisdom instead of reacting blindly. The same applies to our attachments to material things. Owning possessions is not the problem. Clinging to them is. Many people believe they will be happy if they acquire more wealth, a bigger house, or better possessions. But the more we attach our happiness to external things, the more fragile our happiness becomes. If we lose them, we suffer. If we gain them, we fear losing them. True contentment comes when we appreciate what we have, without being enslaved by it. Relationships are another area where attachment can cause suffering. We often expect others to make us happy, and when they do not meet our expectations, we feel disappointment or resentment. But people, like everything else, change. Non-attachment in relationships does not mean we stop loving. It means we love without trying to control. We cherish others while accepting that they are free, just as we are. Love based on freedom is deeper and more genuine than love based on attachment, Non-attachment also applies to our beliefs and opinions. Many conflicts arise because people refuse to let go of rigid thinking. We hold on to our ideas as if they define us, but wisdom grows when we remain open to learning. When we practice non-attachment to our opinions, we become more understanding, more patient, and less reactive to those who think differently. Every day, life gives us opportunities to practice non-attachment. When things do not go as planned, we can resist and suffer, or we can accept and move forward. When we feel an emotion rising, we can get lost in it, or we can observe it and let it pass. Slowly, we learn to live with greater peace and balance. Non-attachment is not about giving up on life. It is about fully experiencing it, without fear, without grasping. When we let go, we do not lose. Instead, we gain something far greater: inner freedom. Non-attachment is often misunderstood as indifference or coldness. But in truth, it allows us to experience life more deeply. It is not about pushing people or experiences away. It is about engaging with life fully, without being controlled by fear or desire. A mind that is free from attachment is open, flexible, and at peace. When we attach ourselves to something, whether it is a person, a possession, or an idea, we create expectations. We believe that things should stay the same, that people should act in certain ways, that life should unfold according to our wishes. But the nature of life is change. When reality does not match our expectations, we suffer. Non-attachment helps us see life as it is, rather than how we wish it to be. This does not mean we stop caring. In fact, non-attachment deepens our love and appreciation. Imagine holding a butterfly in your hands. If you try to close your fingers around it, you may harm it. But if you keep your hands open, the butterfly can rest there freely. Love, when mixed with attachment, can become possessive and fearful. But love that is free from attachment is pure. It does not seek to control. It only seeks to give. Non-attachment also allows us to face life's difficulties with greater ease. Loss, disappointment, and change are inevitable. When we resist them, we create suffering. But when we accept them, we discover resilience. A tree that bends with the wind does not break. It adapts and survives. In the same way, when we let go of attachment to how things should be, we find a deep strength within us. Many people fear that letting go will make life meaningless. But the opposite is true. Non-attachment allows us to experience each moment fully. We enjoy a flower without needing it to last forever. We appreciate a conversation without worrying about when it will end. We live with joy, knowing that everything is temporary, and that is what makes it precious. Ask yourself, what are you afraid to lose? What expectations are causing you stress? By recognizing our attachments, we take the first step toward freedom. Letting go does not mean giving up. It means embracing life as it is. When we practice non-attachment, we do not become empty. We become whole. This is the path to true peace. Not a peace that depends on circumstances, but a peace that comes from within. A peace that no loss, no change, and no difficulty can take away. Non-attachment is not something we achieve in a single moment. It is a path we walk step by step. Some days, we may find it easy to let go. Other days, we may struggle with old habits of clinging and resisting. But that is part of the journey. What matters is that we continue to walk with awareness and patience. When we practice non-attachment, we are not rejecting life. We are embracing it more fully. We begin to see things clearly, without distortion. We appreciate what we have, without fearing its loss. We love deeply, without trying to control. And we find that, as we let go, we do not lose anything essential. Instead, we gain a profound sense of peace and freedom. If there is something in your life that you are holding on to tightly, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself, what would happen if I soften my grip? You may discover that true security does not come from holding on, but from trusting that life is always changing, always flowing. Thank you for spending this time with me today. It is always a joy to share these reflections with you. Your kindness and support, through your comments, your appreciation, and simply your presence here, mean a great deal to me. I am truly grateful. For those who have liked this video, subscribed to the channel, or even sent a super thanks, I sincerely appreciate it. Your generosity and engagement help make these teachings available to more people. If today's message resonated with you, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. May you continue to walk your path with wisdom and an open heart. Until next time, take care.